You've heard it time and time again from your favorite actors, athletes, musicians, and entrepreneurs. Discipline is the reason for success.
The discipline is the most difficult thing, not only in the sports, but in the life.
The discipline that it takes to work at something every single day. It's a behavioral thing. You have to get up every day and do the work, right? Consistently do the work.
No matter how you feel, get up and do what you're supposed to do. And that's discipline, it's not motivation.
So you naturally look up online discipline, you're often greeted with an extreme or perhaps alpha male take on what this word means. Daily ice baths and cold showers, 4 a.m. wake up times, 20-step morning routines, 15-hour workdays, cutting out your phone entirely. And then you think to yourself, this definitely doesn't seem realistic. And it's definitely not what I want. But what if I told you that discipline doesn't have to look like that? What if I told you that discipline could be fun, exciting, adventurous, and you could do it with your friends while still being lucrative and filled with opportunities, just like all those success stories that you admire so much?
With training and repetition and discipline, you can really reach anything that you truly want and desire in your life.
You got to be willing to risk everything to become that seed of what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless.
On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency, because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish.
Well, if you don't believe me, let me show you all of my students in the Discipline Mentorship. Are you seeing all of these wins? And I hope that as they are populating on screen, you are pausing after each one and reading them, because they are nothing short of marvelous. You see, I need you to understand something very clearly. Discipline is the precursor to having any success in the information age that we live in right now. With the internet at our fingertips, no longer is information power, execution is, and execution requires, guess what? Discipline. With discipline, you can have success with any goal of yours. It can be in personal branding, it can be in your academics, your business, career, it can be with your relationships and productivity and so much more. So if discipline is the answer, we must define it. In order for me to do that, I must introduce to you the 4 fundamental truths about success. Number 1, everyone can make a goal. Number 2, everyone can stick to it temporarily. And number 3, everyone will fail. But number 4, this is where discipline resides. Very few people can actually refocus. I've been on record for defining discipline this way throughout our program for many months now. Discipline is not the pursuit of perfection nor linear progression. Instead, it's the ability to get back on the horse after inevitably failing. You and I, we're human beings, right? And so these extreme protocols will not be suitable for lasting success. I'm going to use an example that perhaps you can relate to. How often do you make a New Year's resolutions? And in the first 3 months, you're feeling really motivated, you have the success, and then it comes down to month 4 and 5, and something comes along the way in your life, whether there are moments in which you don't feel that good, or perhaps there's a distraction, or perhaps things with your family isn't going well, or perhaps there's a new environmental circumstance for you, and then you get off track. And then a month later, you are reminded of perhaps your original goal and the progress that you had made, and you feel guilty about it. You feel anxious and stressed about it because you are so mad, you beat yourself up over the fact that it wasn't perfect. And so then you fail to return and refocus, right? And you wait until the next year to make that same New Year's resolutions. And now you are 22, 23, 24, 25, making the exact same New Year's resolutions year after year without any real progress. Well, it's because you lack discipline. You lack the ability to get back on the horse after inevitably failing. You see, if you can get good at this practice, this ability to know that failure is inevitable, but that's not going to define how you respond, and you can ensure that you can overcome those initial emotions and still make progress on that initial goal, that practice, that's where the fun is, that's where the excitement is, that's where the adventure is, that's where the money is, that's where the opportunities are. Let's look at your favorite icons again from the very beginning of this video. That athlete, that actor, that entrepreneur, that musician that came up in your mind, that individual did not get to their success by having a perfectly linear trajectory in their career. Absolutely not. They had a lot of ups and downs, but they had the discipline, which I'm defining to you now, is that when they encountered those difficulties, when they had different setbacks, they were able to refocus and get back on the horse. And that's what I really encourage you to do. And now that we've defined discipline, let's talk about how you can build it. Now, I want to introduce to you the 5S framework that is imperative to learn discipline. Again, yes, I am saying learn discipline because discipline is absolutely a skill. The 5 S's are specific, strategic, structured, supportive, and systematic. Now, what do these 5 S's mean? Well, specific means clear goals, strategic means small steps and habits, structured means a routine, supportive means having a safe place as your surrounding environment, and systematic means a consistent evaluation. At this point in the video, I want you to screenshot that overlay so you can keep that for yourself, because it's going to be extremely important as we talk about now what are your next practical steps. But before we talk about what you will do, let's talk about what you definitely won't do. You will not be the fitness guy only being disciplined in the gym. You will not be the top student only disciplined in the classroom. And you will not be the godly person only disciplined on Sundays. Because often those individuals are the ones pretending to be disciplined. What good does it really do if you are physically fit, but you lack the intellectual fitness, the spiritual fitness in order to establish a fulfilling life for yourself? Do not stick solely in your comfort zone. You must have this holistic approach. So what you should do is build discipline in the 4 key areas that matter. I have talked exhaustively about this on my YouTube page, on my Instagram, and on my TikTok. June's 4 wins. It's the 4 areas that matter: your mind, your body, your spirit, and your self-accountability. If you can build discipline in these 4 areas, that's the type that will actually transcend into every area of your life. That's how my students in the discipline mentorship were able to have success in personal branding and academics, in their business, in their career, in their relationships and productivity. That's how they can achieve greatness in any one of those domains, because that type of discipline that they've built, that lasts, that is sustainable, and that is absolutely the right way to do it. Now, I've also created a ton of videos about exactly what each of these mean, but let me summarize. When I talk about the mind, I mean learning something new. When I talk about the body, I mean moving more intentionally. When I talk about the spirit, I mean connecting to your purpose. And accountability means to track your progress. Now that I've introduced to you the 5S framework, along with the importance of building discipline in the 4 key areas of life that really matter, this is what you'll do. For each of these 4 areas, you will create a very clear goal for yourself. And then you will take that macro goal and break it down into micro goals. These will be your daily inputs that you can stack for an extended period of time that will ultimately lead you to that macro goal. Now, in order to be strategic with these daily inputs, we will put a time requirement on them. For your mental, spiritual, and accountability wins, you will be spending 15 minutes at minimum. For your physical win, you'll be spending 45 minutes at minimum, but be rest assured you can absolutely break that up throughout your day. Now, to be structured, you will create a routine for yourself where you update your tracking for these 4 wins. I really want to speak on the next S, which is supportive, and I often find people discount how important it is to have a safe place where you can be yourself, where you can make mistakes, so that you can also build upon this practice to return or refocus or to get back on the horse with these goals when you inevitably fail. So that's why I want you to find a group of friends that you feel comfortable with, or perhaps it's your parents or your family members. It can be just one other person. It really does help to have a community experience here, and you can definitely join our discipline mentorship. And this is going to be your opportunity to have a supportive environment, so again, you can have that safe place.
I am so glad I decided to just give it a try, because I have found such, not just a community, but a family here. It is a safe space for me, in a way.
I wanted to say, first of all, how grateful I am for the community. You guys have been actually life-changing.
It's allowed me to be in a community of like-minded individuals, and that's something that I'm excited to to continue. And now that I'm in the champ circle, I'm looking to actually elevate that and commit to even stronger goals and really show up for myself.
I really think it has helped me a lot in kind of building confidence, because after doing this for 60 days, I feel confident now that I can do whatever I set my mind to.
For me, it was like really learning discipline, like how to work on myself like each day. This is something that I was already like doing, but not with such of this structure and this methodology that John gave us.
And the last S was systematic, because you need consistent evaluation, and that's why it's extremely helpful to have a peer or a group of peers to give you an objective opinion on the progress that you're making. And I don't necessarily mean just solely are you making progress on your goals, but are you actually exerting the appropriate amount of effort to be able to meet your own standards? Are you looking for shortcuts constantly? Are you failing to show up for an extensive period of time? Are you not getting back on the horse after you inevitably fail? Are you trying to just give up on that initial goal of yours? That's when an accountability network becomes extremely valuable. That's when your friend or your family member or perhaps a mentor can step in and say, you know what? I know you had this original goal. I know that things are hard for you right now, but I want you to remember why you committed to it in the first place. I want you to remember the progress that you made. I want you to remember what discipline really means. Again, it's okay that you're not perfect, but I need you to get back on the horse. I need you to return and refocus. That is where it's so imperative to have that external push. And over time, you're going to be able to develop the behavioral change to do it for yourself. If you can build discipline this way, with the 5 S's and in the 4 areas that actually matter, you are going to have such an extreme advantage in this digital age. And if you are interested in the discipline mentorship, right now is the perfect time to join, because for Black Friday, the 12-month program is half off. That comes out to be $15 a month, which is our lowest price ever, and it'll only last a limited time, so I hope that you secure that offer. There should be a banner for you to click on or a link in the description, but whether or not you elect to join our program, I really, really hope that you decide to start building discipline today. You can learn it. It is absolutely a skill, so if you want to be like your favorite inspirations, you absolutely can. It's the discipline that's going to take you there. And now you know how to learn it. Until next time, please take care of yourselves, and I will see you all at the top.